Hello everyone, here we are today and we are going to do a vision board workshop. This is quite possibly one of my most favorite things to do in the world because so much can come out of vision boards. So you've probably been hearing about these vision boards, and they're these pretty boards with all the things you want in your life. And yes, that can be the truth. You can do these vision boards to attract something into your life, like maybe a watch or a new car or a new house, and that's completely valid. But I'm here to tell you today that there's a lot more that you can get from doing a vision board, and many, many more reasons on why to do a vision board. And I'm going to go through that today with you. So a lot of people think this is an arts and crafts project. Oh, isn't it pretty? We'll put it up. Well, no. This I use with my clients all the time. And I've been using this with clients that you would not think would want to do this. Some of my middle-aged men clients, male clients, they at first look at me like I'm crazy when I tell them they have to go through some magazines and rip out things that talk to them, or pictures that speak to them, or quotes that speak to them. They're thinking, no, I'll just do this online. And I'm here to say that doing it online is not the way to go, because you don't have that process of looking through a magazine. And we're going to talk about this in the next video, about exactly how to do a vision board. But I'm here now in this video to talk to you about why to do a vision board. So I'm going to show you a few of my own vision boards, and it's kind of scary to show these to you, but because I'm going to share my vision boards with you, I know that they work because I've lived them. So the first reason I think to do a vision board is to bring something into your life. So that could be the car or the watch, and certainly my early vision boards had that, and I still love them and they still inspire me. And vision boards, so I'm going to just pick this up because it's easier to show you than tell you. So this is a vision board I did in 2013. And these are boards. So you can get these boards at Amazon, Office Depot, lots of office supply and school supply places have them. So, and I know this looks like an arts and crafts project, but it is not. It is incredibly valuable. Now, just as an aside, some people don't want to have this board in their house. They don't want everybody else to see it. So in the early days, I actually did a sketchbook. So I would put pictures in to the book, that some things that I wanted to bring into my life. Like for instance, this one is all about I lived in London, but I also am half American. So this had an American flag and a British Union Jack and the Eye of London. So these were things that personified who I was, but I didn't want everybody to see it. So I'd put them in this book, and I went through and I'd put things in little envelopes. This is actually, I wanted to bring a partner into my life, and so in this little here I wrote down what the qualities that I wanted, but I didn't want everybody to see that, so that's in there. So that's the book. But going back to the board, because this is a visual representation, and you can put this up in your bedroom or in a box. I've seen some people do it with a block box with glass on the front. They put a smaller version in their walk-in closet or wherever, so they can go and look at it. Because the important part of a vision board is that you look at it and you bring these emotions, wants, feelings into your life. So I'm just going to show you right here. This was one I did for 2013. This one is for, again, partner, to bring love into my life, to bring peace into my life. And I put this picture of this person with this hand, Australia. I don't know why I did this, and that's what we're going to talk about in a minute, is accessing the subconscious by going through magazines and pulling out pictures that just speak to you. So these were pictures that spoke to me. I thought that would be really wonderful to do with a partner. And I will say, about 3 weeks after I made this one, I met my husband, my current husband. But the crazy thing is I'd known him in high school. And 27 years later, he found me on LinkedIn. And right here I have a little word that says, a little quote that says, a graceful return. Now, why on earth would I have put that in consciously? That just wouldn't happen. So I'm saying this is how the vision board can bring out things for yourself that you don't know. And sometimes vision boards don't make sense in the beginning. You just put them there and you think, okay, that's lovely. This is exactly what I'd like in a partner. Someone to travel with, someone to start a family business with. This is what I wanted. Going up with the greatest of ease, something that was super easy and that felt good. These were the feelings I wanted. Business with heart. I wanted to start a business with a partner that had value for other people. 3 weeks later, I met my husband. We did start a business together. We started a magazine and then a publishing house. And it was to connect with the heart and to connect with people on a fundamental level. So this all, weirdly or not so weirdly, came true because I put it out into the universe. I put it out into the world. And so that's one reason you would do a vision board, is to put out what you want into the world. And sometimes, oftentimes, and you'll see in a minute, I put watches on here or cars. But this one was specifically for what I wanted in by way of a partner. And that's, I think, the key. I know the key of a vision board is that you ask yourself a question up front. What do you want this vision board to be? And so this one was specifically for a partner in 2013. And the other thing is I always put a picture of myself in the middle of it because this is my vision board. And so that's me in the middle of it. And it's not to be conceited or anything like that. This is what I want to be surrounded with. And honestly, this one came about very quickly. And then just to go into a work one I did for 2013. You can do this for every year. So this is what I wanted from work in 2013. I remember I've been saying that you go through magazines, and we're going to talk about that, but you just get from the subconscious. But I also knew I wanted to write a book. So that's not going to really come out in a magazine. So I got this outline of a book and I printed that out. So that's in the few exceptions where you can print out specific things. And I also knew that I wanted to be on Hay House Radio. So for those of you that know Hay House Radio, they're the leading radio in the self-help industry. They really started the whole thing. And that was a intention of mine, a vision of mine, a desire of mine to be on Hay House Radio and then at the conferences. And there was just, so this is what I wanted for work, success to significance. I wanted my work to be significant. Born to rule. That I don't want to rule, but that was just something where it was giving me motivation. I was born for what I wanted to do. And speaking, and then I think Walt Disney here, amazing visionary, and that's what I wanted to be in my life, a visionary. And down here, Sean Achor, who I wanted to work with because he was doing some work that I really enjoyed. So I did, but he was a best-selling New York Times writer, Harvard professor. So these people weren't in my life. So this was shattering the mold. And that's what I wanted to do, shatter my mold for myself. So this was my work one. By 2014, I'd written the book, I'd been on Hay House Radio, and I had worked with Sean Achor. He actually wrote one of the blurbs for my book, and I started his protocol in the UK, the Happiness Advantage. I was his master coach in the UK. So this is what focus does. And so this is one of the reasons to do a vision board, so you can bring focus and intention into your life. So there's that one. But I also think sometimes you can do a vision board if you want to bring some emotions into your life. If you're feeling really scattered or not very peaceful, or just you want something, or motivation or health, you're going to do a vision board around that. So this is one I'm going to show you that I did because I felt very scattered in my life. I was always rushing around and I just didn't feel grounded. So I thought, I want to bring grounding into my life. So I did this vision board for grounding. And I still will look at this one because this has got wood, reds, dark reds. The grapes seemed very grounding to me. She seems just really lovely. And I would love that environment, and the water, very grounding. The rocks, very grounding. So this is this one, but you can do other ones for peace, serenity, health, and those may be the ocean ones that we'll come up to. And then one of the last reasons, so I think there's three main reasons, and we've looked at that. First one is to bring material things or something into your life and ask the question when you're writing this vision, when you're doing the vision board. Or then there's to bring an emotion into your life. And the last one is to answer a question. So a couple of years ago, was doing a workshop, and I thought, what do I want the client, the delegate, whoever's doing this workshop to feel? So that will be my intention for this workshop. So I need to understand who my client is and what I want them to feel, and then that'll infuse throughout the whole e-course. So I thought, and this one was for Give Yourself Permission. So I made this vision board, and this was, I wanted, and it was probably going to be mostly female delegates. So I had her there with that beautiful floral dress, and I wanted them to feel amazing by the end of it. So this gave me focus. She's got game. I wanted them to know that they had game, they could do it, and that we could all do it together. And so hence that world there. I just thought that was such a beautiful picture. And in a minute, we'll talk about this, where you start pulling out pictures and you don't know why you've got them. But what's turned out is that on every single board I've made, I've put big cats on it. So lions, tigers, panthers. And it took me about 4 or 5 vision boards to understand that I had done that, to even notice that I had done it on everyone. And truthfully, I don't know what that means, but it was a pattern I was putting out there. And that brings me to the crux of a vision board. You do these vision boards in the subconscious realm, and then when you bring it out, the analysis part is the important part. So we're going to talk about this even more in the next video, but it's really important to go back later and think, why did I put that in there? What is it telling me? So I still, to this day, 12 years probably after making, about 12 years after making my first vision board, don't know what those big animals mean. But I can only think that it's reminding me that I'm strong, or that I can be stronger, because these are strong cats with a lot of grace. And would I like that in my life? Yeah. Do I have it? Well, as much as I remember to. So that's a reminder. And then some other things you don't really understand what they are, but you know they answer that question of what you want your clients to feel, what you want for that year, or what you want in your life. So in the next video, we're going to go through the nuts and bolts of making this vision board. But right now, hold on to the idea that the vision board is not an arts and crafts project. It is there for you to bring whatever emotions, material goods, success that you want into your life. These should be made with purpose, with connection, with heart, with love, with communication, and they should be made for you in your time. So it's giving yourself permission to take the time for yourself to figure out who you are, what you want, and how you're going to get it.